What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman III of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over the social sphere at GBP Daily. Shoot me a follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit me up in the DMs. I am always available to talk Packers anytime, any day. And today is Tuesday, November 18th. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is enjoying the start to their week. Victory Monday yesterday. It's been a while since we've had one of those. And today, we'll turn the page to the Minnesota Vikings, who are coming to town on Sunday. It's a noon game, which will be only our second divisional matchup of the year, which is pretty wild considering that we are in mid-November. The schedule makers decided to give us 3 straight divisional games. Vikings this weekend at home, the Lions in Detroit on Thanksgiving, and then the Chicago Bears, who are currently in the lead of the NFC North. They come to Lambeau the following week. So the most important 3-game slate of the season is upon us, and we could either be sitting atop the NFC North and maybe even the NFC after this slate, or we could be towards the bottom of the NFC North and possibly out of the playoff picture if we cannot take care of business. For the next 3 games, I'll be sorely disappointed if we come out with just 1 win. I'll be pretty happy with 2 wins, and I'll be jacked if we can manage to get 3 wins against the Vikings, Lions, and Bears. We have got a wild 3 weeks ahead of us. If you're planning to go to a Packers game this year, maybe you're planning to go to the Vikings game on Sunday at home. Maybe you're planning to go to the Lions game on Thanksgiving. Maybe you're planning on coming back to Lambeau to see the Packers smack down on the Bears. If so, do not buy your tickets anywhere else other than TickPick. They guarantee the cheapest Packers tickets on the market, and if you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, they will refund you 110% of your money back. Same tickets as everybody else, StubHub, SeatGeek, Ticketmaster, all those guys. And TickPick is the cheapest every single time. Use the code Packers22 for an extra $22 off the already cheapest tickets on the market. Shout out to TickPick. I appreciate their partnership with myself. They are the best in the biz. I use them every time I go to a Packers game, which is about a couple times a year. So over the last few years, I probably used them 10, 12 times. Never had an issue. So download the TickPick app and use the code Packers22 for $22 off the already cheapest tickets on the market. Let's hop into the comment section here. And as always, if you want to be a part of the show, give me a call on the Nicolet Law hotline, 319-242-2332. Family owned and operated since 2007 with decades of combined legal experience. Nicolet Law's team of compassionate local attorneys are prepared to meet your unique legal challenges head on. They have just shy of 2,000 5-star reviews and have helped their clients recover over $350 million in the last 17 years that they have been in business. Injured? Get Nicolet. What do we got cooking up in the chat? It's a Tuesday. Pretty boring Tuesday. No Packers practice today. Nothing really going on at 12:65. The coaches, you all know the coaches are in there, grinding the film, figuring out why we could only beat the Giants by 7 points, hopefully figuring out some ways to attack this Minnesota Vikings defense. And on top of that, shutting down J.J. McCarthy and company, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, the former Packer over there in Minnesota. Rakeem in the house, as always. Don't know how true this is, but the word is that Marshawn Lloyd 21-day practice window is about to open. How do you feel about it, Rob? Rakeem, I will believe it when I see it. But I did see the news about Marshawn Lloyd and possibly Jaden Reed's practice window being opened sometime soon. Hopefully that's the case. That would be amazing. Matt LaFleur talked about it yesterday, saying he's talked to the doctors, he's talked to Marshawn. They all feel like Marshawn Lloyd's in a great spot, and that sending him out west to get his body right ended up working out pretty well. So that is great news for Marshawn. So hopefully we'll see some updates on him and his practice window hopefully being opened up sometime soon. It's been a long time. And since we've seen Marshawn Lloyd, and even when we did, it was very minimal. I think we saw possibly right around 10 snaps in the regular season total since we drafted him. Would be great to get him out there and kind of spell Josh Jacobs a little bit of the load that he's been carrying. As far as Jayden Reed, the expectation has and always has been that he is going to be back around Thanksgiving, if not the week after. That's the only update I've seen on Jayden Reed. And same for Marshawn. Coach was asked about that, kind of smiled, and says hopefully soon they'll open up those practice windows, and that'd be great. Jayden Reed, I think we've all seen that we've been missing Jayden Reed so far in the offense this year. A little too much attention to Romeo Doubs. Started dropping quite a bit this past week. And Romeo Doubs has had one 100-yard game in his NFL career, which is just not good enough. It's the same amount as Bo Melton, who has been a career 5th and 6th wide receiver, and now this year he plays defense. And Romeo Doubs still has the same amount of 100-yard games as Bo Melton. So we need Jayden Reed back. We need to get Christian Watson the ball more. We need to get Matthew Golden the ball more. And same goes for Savion Williams. So what else do we got? Thank you, Rakeem. Appreciate you. Tristan, is J.J. McCarthy a bust? I'm thinking it's probably a little too early to call him a bust, right? I think only in his first year starting. He was hurt all of last year. But so far, he has not been good this year. Seemed like the Vikings soft benched him earlier this year in favor of Carson Wentz. And since he's been back in the lineup, he has not been playing well. So hopefully that continues for our sake this weekend. We have a knack for making terrible quarterbacks look like Hall of Famers for whatever reason. We cannot have that happen this weekend. So if we were to win any of the 3 games, you would think it would be this weekend. So we can't start off this 3-game slate with a loss. Although it would not surprise me one bit if we lost to the worst team of the 3 and then beat the 2 better teams. So that's just kind of what's been the prognosis of this Packers team so far this year. Thank you, Tristan, for the comment. Appreciate you. What else we got? Bryce, any update on Josh Jacobs? And Phil, same thing. Any specific information on Jacobs besides knee injury? It is said to be a PCL injury. And no new updates since yesterday. He's still day-to-day. And the injury was caused, though, by the field at MetLife. So MetLife Field is famous for being rock hard. Players have called it playing on cement, and just overall a bad field. So thanks to MetLife, our star running back is hurt. Like, come on, man. I doubt, though, that he plays this weekend. I'm sure he'll either play on Thanksgiving, and it wouldn't surprise me if they gave him some rest time these next couple of weeks before the Bears game after our little mini bye after the Thanksgiving game. So, but in his absence, we've got Emmanuel Wilson and Chris Brooks. So I think both of those guys can fill the void until he gets back. And Ryan, my man, I feel like Brooks should be given a bigger role. Your thoughts? He has been just killing it in pass pro. He has been balling out, and he will get a bigger role now with Josh Jacobs most likely not going this weekend. And I'm excited to see it. Like I said, he's been doing great in pass protection. He's great out of the backfield in the passing game. And, yeah, I'm excited to see a little more Chris Brooks out there. That is for sure. With no Josh Jacobs, it seemed like the offense opened up a little bit more than what we're used to. So hopefully that'll be the case this weekend. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you. Haley, Javon Bullard has been so underrated this year. Haley, I was thinking the same exact thing this morning when watching some highlights from Sunday. He has been so good for us this year, and on Sunday he should have had an interception if it wasn't for his own teammate Isaiah McDuffie blowing him up as he was trying to haul on the ball. But yeah, I agree. He is quietly having a great year. So shout out to Javon Bullard. He needs some more recognition. That is for sure. Paul, this Lions, Vikings, Bears stretch is going to be brutal. Paul, we're going 3-0, my man. Hopefully at least 2-1, right? Lucas Havrisik to kick this week. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll know more tomorrow when the team gets back out there in the practice field, but I would imagine that it'll probably be Havrisik again. I'm willing to give him a little action forgiveness for Sunday. The wind in New York, according to everybody that was there, was just an absolute mess. So hopefully if he does go again this weekend, it won't be so bad back in Green Bay. We can't be missing extra points. You have to hit those every time, right? That is certain. We'll see what happens, though, with McManus, if he ends up kicking this week at all. Coach did say the injury is not an injured reserve type of injury, so that must mean he'll be back within the next week or so. And as inconsistent as McManus has been this year, I still want him out there over Havrisik. King AJ, a good one to end on. Been waiting for these divisional games. Those fans have been chirping all season long. I swear if I see a sea of purple like I've seen a sea of blue week 1, I'm going to be highly disappointed in our fans. King AJ, I'm with you. There's been a lot of chirping going on, especially for the lack of matchups we've had within our division, right? The Bears are in first place. Frauds, in my opinion, which, hey, you can only play the teams in your schedule. So I get where they're coming from when they say that. But they have a negative point differential, and they're 7-3. That is impressive. I will give that to them. But, hey, they're winning the games that they're playing, and you got to give them a little bit of credit. But as far as selling the tickets, that is just the unfortunate reality that we live in nowadays. A lot of Packers season ticket holders, I see it all the time when the schedule comes out on Facebook, ticket groups, or wherever. People will hop on right away and sell their entire season tickets. Say, hey, you want season tickets this year? Here's how much it'll be, a few $1,000s. And boom, just like that, they get sold. It's a money maker for some folks, and there's not really any way to patrol it or police it. And I know the Packers have tried to tighten up a little bit with revoking the Packers season tickets to those who are selling 100% of their games. But still, hopefully this weekend, Matt LaFleur talked about it yesterday during his presser. He just basically said, hey, don't sell your tickets to Vikings fans, because he's seen it before. So he was kind of taking a shot at us, which I don't appreciate. But nonetheless, keep your tickets, or at least try and sell them to a Packers fan. I don't know how you go about that. I'm not a season ticket holder. So, yeah, keep your tickets, please. All right, Nate Smith, last one. Sorry I missed your first one, Nate. Random thought from being at the game. Mosby was an animal on special teams, lit up the kick return multiple times, just giving him props. He was. And on that big hit, he unfortunately did go down. But shout out to Aaron Mosby for lighting it up on special teams. I'm right there with you, Nate. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me today. Thank you again for tuning in. Always, always, always love talking Packers with you guys. Hit me up on social media at GBP Daily. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Any sort of interaction helps myself and helps the page. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.